right, guys, Bitcoin coming in a little bit lower. You know, we're at like 68,000, almost 68,000 a couple hours ago. I see the stock market's pulling back a little bit. Tesla earnings and tech earnings were not what were expected. And I can tell you guys about Tesla. I think Tesla's going to have a difficult road. You know, I think the whole electric car allure has worn off. Anybody who bought an electric car in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, you got ripped off because the electric car market has pretty much crashed. It was even tempting for myself, a guy who doesn't even like electric cars. I saw Hertz is unloading Tesla Model 3s 2023. You can get one for $18,000, $19,000 with like 10,000 miles on it. So, I mean, even if you don't like electric cars, that's a pretty good deal. But people are sick of them. You can't take trips on them. I mean, it's just a disaster. They're unreliable. You can't repair them. Once they get old, they become worth nothing. And I always say, like, look at, you know, a 10-year-old Camry is still worth like $20,000 a Camry. 10-year-old Tesla, nobody even wants it because the battery's up. That's $30,000. The drive motor, you have to have a $100,000 computer to work on it. These electric vehicles just aren't there. I think in the future they will be when they come out with like a 1,000-mile range battery that's guaranteed to last for 1,000,000 miles. The next leg up in battery technology, which will probably come out in the next 5 or 10 years. But as of right now, it's not great. So right now, Bitcoin following the stock market, kind of down a little bit. I mean, we're at about 66,000. So I mean, we're fine. I mean, there's nothing really to speak of other than Bitcoin going down a little bit today because the stocks. Also, I noticed that we've been talking about this for a while, but Mt. Gox creditors to start receiving Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash from Bitstamp on Thursday. So you are seeing that there is some sell pressure. One with the Ethereum ETF, I believe that just came out the other day. So you're going to have people to sell the news type thing, and this whole Mt. Gox thing. Like they're slowly releasing coins little by little. And if those people do decide to sell their coins, that could be sell pressure, which is basically keeping Bitcoin from going back up over $70,000. Of course, that's only going to be short-lived. Here's an article. Bitcoin price to retest 72,000 as Bitcoin sets up 7 billion liquidation showdown. Bitcoin traders continue higher after a cooling off period sees Bitcoin price support stay firmly in place. I do think we're going to get back up to 72,000. I wouldn't be surprised if it's this month. Do I think we're going to get past all-time highs this month? Past 73,000? I mean, I don't know. There's only one more week left in this month, so probably not. But I think August we're probably going to get there. But what do I know, guys? It's all just nobody knows. It's going to happen in the next couple months. Exactly when, I don't know. And looking at the coin market cap or live coin watch, I see that XRP is still doing well. You know, XRP is totally going to hit $3, maybe even more this bull run, and I think it's holding on strong. There is news. There's this whole SEC and Ripple set for tomorrow's showdown. Here's what we know. See, now they're talking about in this article that they are going to have that meeting with the SEC on July 25th, but I thought it was canceled. So let's see what they say in this article. With a key SEC meeting approaching, Ripple and XRP holders anxiously await a potential settlement that could reshape the landscape. XRP eyes legal settlement as potential catalyst. Technically, XRP appeared poised for a breakout. Analysts pointed to the formation of a symmetrical triangle pattern on the charts, a bullish indicator often followed by sharp price increase. Adding fuel to the fire, large investors or whales had been steadily accumulating XRP, suggesting confidence in its future value. Ripple CEO expects resolution in SEC lawsuit. Now, he's been talking about this for a while. I think Brad Garlinghouse has been talking about this for the last 3 years. But there is a meeting. So despite this cautionary note, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse remains hopeful for a resolution before the end of the summer. The coming days will be critical for XRP. Any positive news emerging from the SEC meeting regarding a potential settlement will likely trigger a price increase. I do agree with that. And like I've always been saying with XRP, it's news driven. And there's so many bag holders. You know, I made a video about a week ago. I hadn't talked about XRP in like, I don't know, like 6 months. I didn't really care about it, but now that I see it's kind of pumping, I'm going to talk about it. And the video got like 4 times the amount of views as all my like other videos, which all that basically tells me is there's so many people holding on for hope on XRP. It's like, it's kind of pathetic. It really is kind of pathetic. And I almost kind of hate to put myself in that bag of people. Now, XRP is a very small part of my portfolio. Maybe it's 15% of my portfolio, maybe even less. I have like a couple, not even that. I mean, I don't even know what I have in XRP. I actually have some XRP I bought like a couple years ago. Then I have a bunch I bought last year. So it's maybe 15% of my portfolio. I don't even know at this point. But if it goes up to like $2 or $3, that's not going to be too shabby. So my point is there's a lot of people holding XRP, and they're not going to sell their XRP. They're not going to sell their XRP until XRP hits $3. That's my thing. And once those people start selling, which will it be $3, $4? I don't know. What's the all-time high on XRP? I think it's like $2.50 or something. Let me see. Oh, wow. So the all-time high for XRP is almost $4, which that actually changes my thought process, because I thought the all-time high for XRP was like $2.50 or $3. If the all-time high is almost $4, you might not see people dumping out of their XRP until it hits $4. I personally think there's going to be a strong sell at $3. I think there's going to be a strong sell at $1. Then if we can get past $1 and get past that sell pressure, and we're going into alt season, we have positive news with the SEC, then I think $2 is going to be nothing. I think $3 we're going to have crazy selling, and if somehow we can get past that, I'll be totally out by then. I won't even be thinking about XRP anymore at that point. But then maybe we could get a $4 or $5 XRP. But who knows, guys? Maybe $2 or $3 is the highest we go. But it really just depends on this news, because XRP is news driven. So if say we're in full blown alt season next month, things are crazy. Then we get news on this XRP settlement. That could be like the rocket booster for XRP. And I guess that's why I kind of find XRP interesting right now. Because it's, I'm actually more interested. My mind is more interested in Cardano, whereas Cardano is like my biggest holder. I think Cardano is going to outperform XRP. But because of all the stimuli right now with XRP, the news, I'm actually looking at a lot of XRP articles, especially with Cardano just chilling, because there's not any major news with Cardano right now. So I'm glad I bought XRP. I always shit on it. I say it's not my favorite project. I am glad I bought it, because it's giving me some entertainment value right now. And like I said, I do think it's going to do well as we go into alt season. And of course, everybody's talking about like altcoin ETFs right now since Ethereum got one. Everybody's talking about Solana. That's why Solana's been pumping lately, because you got all the big whales talking about how there's going to be a Solana ETF. Well, now people are talking about a Cardano ETF. Cardano founder reacts to the Cardano community speculation. This speculation comes on the heels of a major ETF milestone update. The Cardano community is currently abuzz with speculation about a potential Cardano exchange-traded fund ETF. The speculation was sparked on a recent post by Tap Tools, a token NFT and wallet tracking platform on the Cardano blockchain. The tweet posed the question, is Cardano next? I'll pretty much just say, I actually don't think Solana's going to get an ETF. At least maybe in like 4 years they will. So, but just the talk of like an ETF is pumping it. So if we get some news that say, okay, we got the Ethereum ETF, and then like somebody comes out and they filed for a Solana ETF, and maybe we're going to get one in a couple years. If a shitty coin like Solana can get an ETF, then Cardano can definitely get an ETF. But I feel like this is just all. Who cares about an ETF about this point? Who cares about a Solana ETF or a Cardano ETF? I know it's going to pump the price, but I don't know. I just don't think it's going to happen. And like I said, with the Solana ETF, if it does happen, it's not going to be until the next cycle, maybe in like 3 or 4 years from now. So could Cardano have an ETF right after Solana gets an ETF? Maybe, because if Solana gets an ETF, a lot of other altcoins are going to get an ETF, and you can throw Cardano into that bunch as well. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Cardano. You name your coin, these old school coins that are not securities, yeah, they could probably get an ETF. And just looking at CNBC right now, NASDAQ and S&P 500 sell off after tech earnings disappoint, on track for worst day of the year. Tesla shares fall 11% after earnings miss. Head for steepest slide since January. I think Tesla and a lot of these tech companies have pretty much hit their all-time highs. I think we're going to, like I've been talking about, I think we're probably going to go into one of the biggest stock market crashes within the next 6 months, hopefully after the Bitcoin bull run. And I think you're going to be able to get, not only do I expect Tesla shares to drop like 40 or 50%, I think you're going to be able to get yourself a Model 3 for like $8,000 because nobody wants them right now. I know Hertz is trying to get rid of them because of the repair costs. I mean, I don't know. I'm a guy who works on my own cars, and actually a guy I work with has a Tesla Model Y, and he has all sorts of warnings coming up, and he has to take it in. The only way you can get it fixed is by taking it into the dealer, and if you're out of warranty, they charge you like $1,000 to fix it. So I've always said, like, driving a Tesla or an EV, it's like driving an iPhone or an iPad with wheels on it. It's like at any moment, the whole thing could just crap out on you, and you're at the complete mercy of the Tesla dealer. Whereas for me, my Mazda 3, I have a Mazda 3, as you guys know. Great car, it'll last me 200,000 miles. I'm actually thinking about selling. I actually have it listed for sale right now because I want to get a Mazda CX-5, used of course. Like I'll probably get one that's like a 2018, 2017. Can get one for like $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 with like 80,000 miles on it. The thing will last me 250,000 miles. But the only thing I can't repair is pretty much engine problems. I can do alternators, AC compressors, all the belts. I do all the brakes. I mean, I save so much money working on my own cars. I even have experience putting tires on. A buddy of mine has a tire machine. So like, there's all sorts of things that you can do if you actually want to work on your own car and save money. With a Tesla, you can't do any of it. You have to have a $100,000 computer just to program the vehicle to do for the blinkers to work. So anyway, I've always said Teslas, EVs, if you're rich, you want to keep one for a couple years, drive it around town, that's great, but they are hunks of shit. And if you're buying one just to impress the ladies, I can tell you right now, I'm married now, but I've been driving Toyota Corollas and old Subarus, since I was 17 years old. I never had any problems getting ladies with piece of shit cars, and like, women don't care. I mean, if you're driving around a car that smells like shit and it's got the wheels falling off, but if you're driving around in like a nice, good-looking car, if it's old, nobody cares. So, and the kind of women you're attracting that would actually care that you have a nice car, these are the women that are going to divorce you and take all your money. I've been a private investigator for 20 years. I see it every day. All these doctors and lawyers getting divorced, and like they have to give their wife everything. One of my best friends, his dad's a kidney doctor. He's living in a 1-bedroom apartment because his wife took all his money, and he has to hand over $10,000 a month in child support. He's in a 1-bedroom apartment. So, you got to pick the right woman, and you, anyway, I don't know. I just went off on a whole fucking tangent that has nothing to do with crypto. But anyway, guys, that's what's going on in crypto. I'm not worried about it. We do have the Mt. Gox thing, so maybe we'll go back down to 62, 63, but we could pump right up to 72, 73. I don't think we're going to break all-time highs this month, but I think it's coming, and I really think we're close. I think it's going to happen at any moment, in the coming weeks. It could happen tomorrow. We're going to get some news, and that's going to be it. We got Kamala Harris right now. She's running against Trump. I know she's getting a lot of love from the media. So you have to understand how the mainstream media works. They turned on Biden. So basically what the mainstream media did, they started treating Biden like they do Trump because they knew he couldn't win. So they got rid of Biden with all the pressure, and now that they have Kamala in there, she's even more unpopular than Trump. They're going to be boosting her up and treating her like a princess, and they're going to be telling you she's the best thing in the world, she's the smartest woman in the world. But as people hear her talk, they're going to realize she's even worse than Biden, and her poll numbers are going to suck. So as long as Trump wins this election and his poll numbers are looking good, as long as we don't have like World War IV or World War III in the coming weeks, we're going to get that alt season, and we're going to be blowing past all-time high pretty soon for Bitcoin. All right, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.